All right, so we got nobody other than the kid himself, KAI ONYX.
You know the vibes. It's your boy.
Thank you for this moment right here.
No problem, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the fans some content, more of an inside look at your boy type shit. These some of the questions y'all asked, because I asked people to submit questions for the little Q&A part of the documentary. So yeah, this what that is.
All right, and with that, I'm gonna ask you 10 questions with that, and to the best of your ability, just answer it the best way you know you can. And here we go with question number 1.
All right, bro.
All right, so in the best words, who is KAI ONYX?
Who is KAI ONYX? I feel like, well, like, should I describe myself as an artist, or you feel like I should dive into where the name come from?
You can do that. Give like everybody like a different introspective on the meaning of Kai. Why you call yourself Kai and why it follows with Onyx.
Alright. So, before I was known as, I guess, Lorna K, and that was my alias or my stage name. And I feel like the transition came once I feel like I outgrew that name in a sense. And I reached the point in my art where I wanted to, I guess, expand not only my sound, but I feel like detach from like all my old stuff and just start fresh, kind of like a blank slate, like new page type shit. So boom, KAI ONYX. The Kai comes from, I guess, my real name, and it's just like my real name Kamai, so I just took the M out and boom, you got Kai. And when I looked up the name of Kai, I was just trying to like, I guess, figure out the definition, because Kai always been, I guess, like a nickname people call me. I just never really like call myself that much. But then when I was looking up the definition of it, one of them it was like sea, kind of like the ocean in a sense, and that's something that I found interesting because I always been like drawn to like water, and that's like my natural element. And then also in African, it means beautiful, and that's kind of where I kind of took it from, the African root of it meaning beautiful, and then the onyx come from the crystal black onyx. That's kind of like my favorite in a sense, but also equating that with a beautiful blackness, I just put that together, and then within that I was just like, KAI ONYX, kind of, that's what I mean, like beautiful blackness. And I guess the blackness also represents like this void concept that I keep having, and the void represents the world, and within the world there's potential for everything. So it's kind of like potential within that blackness that you have, and it's beautiful in a sense. So it's like my creative space. It's like it's a beautiful badness, whatever. So yeah, that's the elongated definition, just so y'all got it. And then I guess myself as an artist, I chose to have that more so because on this part of my journey, I feel like it's kind of a mystery to where it's gonna go, but I feel like I kind of got the tools and the foundation that I set that I want to build. So it's kind of like a kid in the sandbox where I'm able like to create what I want, kind of in a sense. So it's like, yeah, that's why I'm KAI ONYX.
Okay, all right. I think the fans will get it. It's all good. It's all good. I think once the fans like tap into the music and like they get a hold of this interview, I think they'll get like a cleaner idea of why you call yourself Kai, and why it follows up with Onyx. But
That's definitely a fact.
all right, next question. What motivates you / inspires you to make the music that you do make?
That's a good question. I feel like what motivates me firsthand, probably life in itself and everything I see, circumstances, people I talk to, people I'm around, I guess, mostly. I feel like, yeah, the biggest inspiration is just life in itself. I just try to take inspiration from the little things, the big things, not only stuff that's going on in my life, but stuff that's going on in people's life around me, kind of just being an observer to everything around me and just trying to soak in from it what I can and try to apply it to whatever I'm trying to do with my art at the time.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, for the third question, this is pertaining to the project you're about to drop. It's called Carefree. Can you dive deep into your definition of carefree and how it inspired this project to be what it is?
Mm-hmm. Well, my definition of carefree in itself is just, I feel like a state of being and where you kind of oblivious in a sense, kind of like a ignorance is bliss kind of mind state, but not like you're not ignorant. You're kind of knowledgeable of what's going on, but you're not allowing it to affect whatever you're doing. It's kind of a state of unbotheredness, basically. Um, yeah, and just like owning that and like being like in control or like a curator of your own energy and just living in that state. That's like my own personal definition. And you said what inspired me with the
Yes,
state. Right?
yes.
I feel like with my previous projects, I've been more tapped into, I guess, I wouldn't say like dark energy. That sounds crazy. Cut that out. But like more so into like emotional, like heavily emotional state with the music. And I guess it's been more like on the color spectrum, dark blue. So like with this project, I wanted to make something that's more like sky blue, I guess, if you want to describe and represent it in a way. And trying to figure like how does that appeal sonically, and how can I make something that sounds sky blue opposed to everything else I've been making, where it's been like jazzy and kind of dark in tone and melody, and the mood is more of that. So yeah, that's what inspired that, because I'm in a space where I'm like, yo, we lit, fuck all that shit we was on, bro. It's like the transition crazy.
And just being an artist myself, I can definitely resonate with that because, you know, as an artist, we deal with things every day, especially, the outer world, and then having to tap into our own world. I can definitely sit here and say that I agree with, and I empathize with everything you just said about your definition of carefree. So that's actually beautiful to hear. Artist to artist, that's actually beautiful to hear.
Appreciate that, man.
How long have you been making music?
How long? I feel like I started taking it serious probably when I was like 15, 16, and I'm about to be 23 in like a month. So that's what, I don't know how many years that. That's like,
You said from 15 to
7,
yeah, just about, yeah.
Almost 10 years types. You know what I'm saying? Almost got my 10-year mark, I guess. But I feel like I've always been around music. So subconsciously, I've always been a rapper. I just never took myself seriously as a rapper. So it's kind of like, yeah, around that 15, 16-year-old mark, I was like, I'm about to do this, and I'm about to be the nicest. Somehow, some way, I'm going to make it happen.
Now, do you feel like your transition from 15 to 23, do you feel like you're, obviously there's growth, there's that room for growth. Do you feel like your younger self is better than yourself right now, or how would you describe that? You being, you being KAI ONYX, how would you view your 15-year-old self versus your 23-year-old self as an artist?
I feel like when I first started, I feel like I had the potential. I just didn't have the confidence in myself, and more so, I didn't really see the potential where I could take everything like now versus in the state. I feel like the skill set, obviously, I refined it and got more better at what I'm trying to do, and I guess found my sound, quote unquote. But when I was younger, I feel like I still had this, like, more of an imagination, and like now I still try to keep that, and that's the part that's like most sacred, like your youth, your imagination, try to keep that. And yeah, so I feel like mostly like that's the biggest difference. Just now it's kind of like a more focused madness. Before, when I was younger, it was just like an untamed madness, crazy. Like I didn't know what I was trying to do, but I was trying to do something.
Okay, all right. Now, going along with how long you've been making music, and all the music that you've put out, and the impact that you've had so far, what can we expect next from you?
Whole bunch of content. I'm trying to get these visuals out, so that's why y'all seeing what y'all seeing now. Let y'all see more of me on camera and get the behind the scenes personality besides the music. Just trying to push the music and everything going on in all directions that, like, you know what I'm saying, the Most High love and shit. Just with the gang making crazy art, like y'all don't even know what's coming. Like I can't even describe to y'all what's coming because I don't even know what's coming. All I know is that we cooking, we hungry, and like I hope y'all ready, and I hope it resonate with the people it's supposed to resonate with.
I feel like that ain't got no choice but to resonate with the people, man. Because like you said, it's something coming, man. When it come, and they better be ready.
Don't play with wolves.
Don't play with wolves, man.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Jumping into next question. What is the message you want your supporters to take away from your music?
I like that question. Um, I feel like I want people to mostly, well, first, just be yourself with your music. Whatever you're doing in life, just be yourself authentically. Whatever make you happy, wake up in the morning and make you smile. Just focus on that. Probably just the vulnerability aspect of my music, and like I feel like I put a lot of pain, quote unquote, and a lot of like my trials and errors in my music. So it's kind of like just enjoy being a human and like everything that entitles being a human, whether it's good stuff, bad stuff. You gotta just take it all in and like just enjoy it, bruh. Like you only here for
Absolutely.
a certain amount of time. Make it lit, bruh. Just enjoy it as much as possible, and that's it, bruh. Don't stress it.
That's a Fendi. I felt that, bro. Felt that.
That's a fact.
Um, if you weren't doing music at all, and everybody knows you're a music junkie. If you weren't doing music, what could you say you'd be doing right now?
Right now, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like if I wasn't doing music, I would most likely still be involved in music somehow, whether helping my friends, being behind the camera, pitching my ideas and concepts, writing, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the visual side. Because I feel like before I initially wanted to make music, I wanted to be in film because I like photography and videography and just capturing moments and stuff like that. So I feel like I'd be in that space, or if not, I don't know, probably like I don't know, bro. I feel like music was just the most natural calling. So it's kind of like at the moment, that's all I could see. Other than that, so yeah.
All right. I agree with that because as the world can tell, music is just embedded in everything that we do. You know, I mean, that's kind of a question I didn't want to ask you.
It's like the flow, bro. Like, you can't run from it.
Yeah. All right. Now jumping into the next question. I like this question a lot. What keeps you grounded? I'm not gonna ask you what keeps you grounded as an artist, but what keeps you grounded as an individual, as a man,
As a human.
as a human.
That's
Yeah.
Kamai, not Kai.
Yeah.
I feel like what keeps me grounded first and foremost is family and just being around the people I love and that make me feel like the most like me and remind me, I guess, what my values and what's most important. And then just being around like my friends and people that like give me that same feeling and stuff like that. And I guess the community aspect of life is just being around like-minded individuals and seeing like, oh, I'm not the only person who think this way, or oh, snap, it's other people who like on the same time I'm on, and see like where they at in their journeys. It like not only inspire me, but it just keep me grounded. Like, okay, we all in this together. You feel me? Whether we know it or not. So it's like try to learn from other people's mistakes and try to teach. You know what I'm saying, as I can back and forth. So, yeah.
Nice. I
Just
like
the
that.
community, family, life. You know what I'm saying, all that.
I like that, King. I like that. Now, it kind of ties back into a previous question I just asked you, but if you can go back to, let's say, your 15 and your 16-year-old self and say anything, what would you say to him?
What would I say? Don't stop what you're doing. It may seem crazy at the moment, and it still seems crazy in this moment today, but like, just trust yourself in the process. Yeah, we gonna leave it at that. I feel like he gonna understand what that means.
Oh man, he had no
understand
choice but
what
to
that
understand.
means. No, bro, just like, bro, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All right, now we on the last question.
Last one.
The last one. Is there anything that you would like to say, not only to the world, but to your fans, to everybody who is tapped into the world, who's tapped into Kai, who is expecting more from you? Is there anything that you would like to say?
First and foremost, peace. I hope y'all in a good space of wellness, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting me on the journey, you know what I'm saying. It's been crazy, and we still got ways to go, but I thank y'all, because y'all the people that keep me going, keep me motivated and inspired to put out the art, and I guess be as vulnerable as I do, because it'd be crazy when people hit you up, and I guess resonate with it, that you wouldn't expect, and yeah, so just keep that going, and yeah, just stay tuned for everything to come. Because if y'all thought the first half was crazy, the second half is about to get spooky.
Spooky.
So, yeah. Carefree, all platforms, 6/23, which is my birthday. So if y'all fuck with me, that could be a gift. Just go stream my project, go tell your friends, Go tell them, tell their friends, go tell their aunts, uncles, all that, your neighbors, all that. And yeah.
All right. Yo, Kai, appreciate you for the moment right here. I feel like everybody's gonna get at least a general idea of who you are, the direction you're trying to go with your music, and just appreciate the time that you're taking right now to give the fans just a little snippet of what's to come.
That's a fact.
So I appreciate you, King.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We out.